Welcome back to the Third Stringers podcast.
Let's go.
I'm your great start, right?
Yes.
I'm your host, Noah Cross. On my right here, I got Justin Arbini. And we got our third member again.
Our third
She's
stringer.
a girl. She's
Yes.
she's a girl from the same high school that we went to. Her name is Paige
Let's go,
Otto.
Paige. Welcome.
Yes.
Repping some golf above you.
Love the
Yeah.
golf representation above you.
Yes, the Masters, my dad's office.
Nice.
Nice. I love it. All right, let's go into the big news of the week. We had LeBron James finally surpassing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the all-time scoring list. LeBron is now the leader for most points scored in NBA history. Let's get some thoughts on that.
Paige, you go first.
You want? Did you guys watch the game live?
I did not. I was not watching.
I watched the first 10 minutes.
Okay.
Did you
So
watch?
I watched it. Yeah. It was interesting. I don't know if you guys saw the video of Anthony Davis at the end, literally just sitting on the bench.
Yeah,
You know, I don't know how. Yeah. I don't know. I think it was even Darvin Ham said it was kind of focused on getting LeBron, the record and everything, but it wasn't really forced. I mean, LeBron shot 18 or 13 of 20 from the field, so he was super efficient in getting the record. And I don't know, I figured he would pass it that game or the next game.
Yeah.
So.
It was interesting, though, because my prediction was that I figured he would get it on Tuesday. But I expected him to continuously shoot the entire game just so that he got it. Because it's more meaningful to get it late in the game where you're scoring 38 rather than getting 30 and then having 6 more points needed for the following game.
For sure.
It's
And,
more exciting not knowing that he's going to get it.
Yeah, and he got it in the third quarter too,
Yeah.
which
Right.
is and it was just kind of awkward, stopping the game in the third quarter, and then just having to play after.
Yeah, that's I get the criticism of it was the LeBron show, but at the same time, this happens once every 35 years or whatever it's been. So
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook had the argument with the coach, and Anthony Davis was sitting while everyone was cheering. It's come on, be a good teammate, and obviously you want to win, but he still has 36. He got 36 points that game. It's not like he had to score 6 and then he just quit for the rest of the game, and everyone was just oh, LeBron. He did an amazing job, right? He was shooting 13 from 20 or whatever from the field. It wasn't he was jacking up shots and making a clown out of himself to try and get the record. So,
well, my issue with them is you're witnessing history.
Yeah.
Why aren't you more excited about it? I understand this was more about LeBron than the team, but I mean, you're witnessing one of the greatest players in history. You're playing with him. Why aren't you more excited for him?
Yeah. So to me, that brings up the topic real fast, and we'll get off LeBron.
Let's do it.
Is he the
Let's do it.
greatest? Is he the greatest? Does this push him to it?
I'm gonna say yes,
Whoa.
just because he's 38 and he's still a top at least 10 player in the league. He's averaging 30 points at 38 years old.
Yeah, that's
I know he only has 4 so I mean he has 4 rings. Yes, he swapped teams and such, and some people think he has so much power over the league and the front office, and maybe he does, but he can do everything on the court, and I don't think we've really witnessed that to that extent. So that's my take.
I've got a long take on this. We'll just shorten it down though. It really comes down to 2 things, right? The 2 arguments that I think people have is his legitimacy in his championships over Jordan. We had Michael Jordan's years where everything was very organic. They drafted everybody. They did trade for Rodman when they won the second repeat or the second three-peat, but everything felt more organic. With LeBron, he made his decision to leave Cleveland to go to Miami and play with Dwayne Wade, who had already won one, to go play with Chris Bosh, who was already on an All-Star team. But this feels different now. Like when he surpasses Kareem on the all-time scoring list, it kind of feels different. And there's definitely a bigger argument now. Now, if he gets another championship where it's not with the Heat where they're a super team, it was not with Cleveland where he had Kyrie and Kevin Love in his prime. It's not with Anthony Davis in the bubble. If he gets another one with this team that they have right now, I don't think there's an argument.
That's fair. So I'm on the fence. I'm really on the fence. On one hand, if Michael Jordan would have not retired the first time, and if he thought, let's say he didn't retire, he played that whole time, he had a bunch more points, and he was close to beating Kareem's record, he would have kept going for it at the end of his career. He could have kept playing if he wanted to. He wasn't doing great. He was, 35 or whatever. So, to me, it's hard to compare just the points. Obviously, LeBron getting to this point is amazing, and like you said, he's averaging 30 points a game, so it's not like he's an old man just hobbling down the court.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's like, yes, he's had a lot of breaks when it comes to, he had the bubble ring, he had the super team in Miami, but at the same time, he's also had to face the greatest team ever against the Warriors with Steph, KD, Clay, Draymond. He's had a lot of hardships as well. He's put every team that he's been on his back. He was the best player on the Heat. He's been the best player at Cavs and the Lakers. It's not like he's being carried to these chips. So, I don't know. I'm very on edge about it. I think Michael Jordan's still a GOAT in my eyes. If he wins another one, I think I'd probably consider it more.
For sure, especially since Jordan went 6-0, correct? In the finals?
Yeah. Undefeated.
That's a huge argument for Michael Jordan's sake, but
It's true.
I don't know. Again, let's talk about this at the end of the season after
I agree. Yes.
after we see what happens.
See if he wins another ring, and then we'll talk about it more.
The Lakers have to make the playoffs first.
Yes.
It's true.
So let's
True.
go into the second topic, Kratz.
Honestly. Let's go right into the trade deadline. A lot of movement today, right at the end of the trade deadline. We had... Well, let's start with the first one, right?
Whew. Kyrie. What a guy.
That was the last place I thought he would go. I did not expect him to go to Dallas. Him and Mark Cuban just don't seem like they're the type to get along. And I find it hard to believe that him and Luka are going to make it work, especially when Kyrie loves to have the ball in his hands, and so does Luka.
Mark Cuban even said, Kyrie's the second best ball handler in the league to Luka, which is crazy to me, because the first press conference he had, he said that, and I was like, jeez. And also, I thought Kyrie was going to go to Lakers. I think everyone did. And like Joe said, I think he just did that to be petty to send him to the Mavs. Yep. But, they're a real contender. I don't know. They're sitting at 4th right now in the West. And Kyrie, this is the first time Kyrie's been in the West. KD's in the West now. So, it's stacked. But I think they have a really good shot, at least, of going to the finals, the Western Conference Finals. But like you said, I think it's going to be hard because they're so ball dominant. But I think that they'll make it work. Yeah, we'll just have to see.
I think this goes back to the Cleveland days of LeBron is, for all intents and purposes, a point guard. You want the ball in his hands at all times. And Kyrie was a perfect second star for that. So I think this could just be the same thing. And I think Luka wants the pressure off of him for this. That's what everyone's been criticizing for this Mavs team, is that it's just Luka putting 50 points a game and then they're at 4th. So having someone to take that pressure off him, someone who can, one, dribble the ball and handle it as much as Kyrie does, and then he's a great shooter. So it's not like it's taken away from that 3-point potential if Luka does have it and he can kick it out. It's not like he's just throwing it out to someone who can't shoot. So I think this is great for the Mavs. Like you said, I didn't expect him to go here, and everyone thought he was going to Lakers. But I think Mark Cuban is going to enjoy having Kyrie on his team. I think he's going to have some fun with him. And Mark Cuban seems like that kind of guy who likes the energy, and that's what Kyrie brings. He brings energy, whether it's good or bad. He's there. So that's my take on it.
My one argument to that is that's why Kyrie left Cleveland, is because LeBron wanted the ball in his hands the whole time, that he felt like he was the second guy. He's going to feel like that again.
Yeah, but that was 5
It's
years
going
ago.
to happen
That was
again.
5 years ago. He's more
I love
mature.
Kyrie. I mean, I love Kyrie, but there's drama everywhere he goes. I mean, so like we'll see how that goes with Luka. Going back to like, he's basically the Mavericks. He has like a 40% usage rate, which is crazy. So like I expect that to go down with Kyrie and stuff, but I don't know. And like, where's the defense at?
Kyrie's
With
not bad.
them.
at defense. Kyrie's not bad.
There's no defense.
He's not bad. There's worse out there, so it's not. Yeah.
There is worse. You're right.
They're a lot better too, but hey.
Well, I mean, in like the NBA, it's just like an offensive explosion right now.
Mhm.
And like, yes, they can play defense, but like, offense is just gonna, be better than defense most of the time. So we'll see. I think they play like in 2 days, or like Luka is like questionable now, so we'll get to see like how they look like together.
That's true. Kyrie had his debut last night, didn't he? But I don't know if Luka played.
Yeah, no, Luka was out. I don't know if he's hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he had something with his back spasms.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll sit out until after All-Star break.
Yeah. So with the other guy that's sitting out till the All-Star break, Kevin Durant. This was Paige's night. Okay. Most of you don't know this. Paige is a huge Suns fan, and this was her dream, was that Kevin Durant was going to the Suns. So let's get her thoughts on it.
My prayers were answered last night at 2 a.m. Woj dropped a huge bomb. Everyone was about to go to sleep, and then I didn't go to bed until like 3 because I was just so excited.
Oh my god.
But last summer there was talks of like he was gonna go to the Suns, and it's either like the front office or him had to go, so they kind of just kept him. But I think James Jones, I think he had this in his mind all along to get Kevin Durant. And yes, they did give up a lot, especially the 4 unprotected first-round picks. But I mean, it's Kevin Durant. You're not going to pass that up. And especially with CP3, he probably has 1 or 2 years left. So this is really his only chance of winning with Kevin Durant. And, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. Yeah, Mikal Bridges is gone. But they did get TJ Warren, which I think, he's a good defensive asset, and he's a pretty good shooter. He did play for the Suns a couple years ago. But yeah, they have a real shot at winning the whole thing. So I'm excited.
Yeah, let's see how that works out. I mean, CP3, I think he's just waiting to get that ring and then he's out.
Yeah.
I think
so too.
he's just waiting for that one ring. Yeah. But it's going to be interesting to see what the scoring aspect of it is, because Booker's always been that guy there. I'm not saying he's not one that can't work it out. He seems like he's a good teammate. But it's going to be Kevin Durant's ball. It's going to be his team now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how the chemistry builds there. And I think it's smart that they did it now rather than in the offseason, because I think this is going to be the push that they need.
Yep.
Even if it doesn't happen this year, they still have the opportunity next year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Kevin Durant, when he's healthy, is top 3 in my opinion. And having him and Chris Paul being the vet teammates on this young team of Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, we saw what Chris Paul did to that team 2 years ago now. Yeah, it's 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's having now Kevin Durant on top of that, they could easily get back to Western Conference Finals. My only caveat to that is the West is more stacked than it was 2 years ago, and they kind of had an easy ride to the playoffs or through the playoffs. So I'm interested to see now that the Mavs are stacked. Lakers made some moves. Like, will it be that easy for them? But Kevin Durant helps, so it could easily happen.
Like I think like with the Suns, like you have 4 people you have to stop on a nightly basis.
Yeah.
Like, if Kevin Durant's going off, Devin or is not going off, Devin Booker is going to get hot. Chris Paul is always involved. So I think in the West they're probably the most like offensive, like dominant team, just because, and like they have size too.
Yeah. 8 and 8 is really nice for them.
Yeah, and like when I think about like the Warriors, they always make they're not having the best regular season right now, but like come playoffs, like you still have to watch out for them. So maybe they give them a run. But I think like in the Western Conference Finals, like I could for sure see the Nuggets and the Suns for sure.
The Nuggets with a healthy Jamal Murray, the
Yeah.
dangerous team.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the Western playoffs shape up. We got the Warriors, you got the Nuggets, you got the Suns, you got the
Jazz.
Mavericks,
For some
you got
Your
the Jazz,
prediction.
For some reason, the Jazz are there. I don't know how, but okay.
you got the
Laurie
Kings
Markkanen.
finally,
They're fun to watch.
hopefully.
Yeah. What other trades happened? I know there was a Pistons trade, but that's just important for me. I don't think that's important for sports. Sadiq Bey leaving was kind of sad, but I think the front office has some moves coming up, and this was just step one for what they want to do later in maybe this off season.
And you
Yeah.
imagine, go ahead, Pitch.
Oh no, you can go. You can go.
Can you imagine the Pistons getting Victor Wembanyama? Their starting lineup would be Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Victor Wembanyama at the 3, Jalen Duren, and James Wiseman down low.
That is a potential unmatched, but we'll see what happens with it though. The injuries. And
I thought you were gonna say title contender, Justin.
give them 2 years, maybe. Who knows? When LeBron's gone and the West thins out a little bit, hey, I could see
No.
it.
God, that's going to be the tallest team in NBA history.
I think the funniest trade from like a trade package standpoint was Jay Crowder and the Nets deal, but then he got sent to the Bucks for 5 second-round picks.
Did it really? I didn't see that. That's that's kind of a shot, but whatever.
Like, it's just so random.
They're just stacking up on the second rounders. I feel bad for Jay
They're
Crowder.
going to get steals.
They are. I feel bad
You
for
never
him.
know.
He's always such a good like role player, but he just gets thrown around the league like he's nothing. I feel so bad.
It has
All
to
the
be
time.
like it's like 8th team.
Probably. That's hilarious.
What else we got? We got the D'Lo trade
Oh.
with Westbrook. That was that changes the Lakers' outlook now.
For sure.
They're a lot younger now.
It's true.
We got Mo Bamba.
They have Jarrett Vanderbilt.
Yep, Malik Beasley.
Yep.
That's gonna be very fun.
They completely redeveloped this
Yeah,
game.
pretty much. They completely gutted it almost, except for LeBron and AD. I think Mo Bamba's great pickup for them, and I think
Hmm.
D. Russell will complement LeBron and AD more than Russell Westbrook did. So I'm really excited to see that actually.
I think like with those picks, they could easily be a 7th seed in the West, I think.
Yeah, I think they'll make
But-
it.
Yeah, I think so too. And then Pat Bev got sent to Orlando.
Talk about a guy who gets thrown around the league.
Also true. Him and Jay Crowder. But Pat Beverly has that competition in him that he's always going to have to prove himself. So that he'll be fine wherever he goes, really.
Yeah, he's fine. He's got the Pat Bev pod. He has that going for him.
He's got a good fallback. It'll be like JJ Redick.
Yeah.
Just popping it up afterwards. Oh my god.
There you go.
Draymond, they're all gonna merge into a podcast with one another.
That'd be fun. I could see like kind of how the NFL is, where they're just hiring more and more ex-players or retired players. It's gonna be like that for the NBA. It's just gonna. I mean, they already kind of did with Shaq and Charles, but they'll keep pushing that. They'll get Draymond, JJ. on a primetime show, that'd be amazing to watch.
I mean, if you've got someone who can speak really well and color commentate really well, you don't. I mean, they know the game the best.
Exactly.
They know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what Tony Romo did to broadcasting world.
Tommy Brady.
Now they're
Tom
hiring everybody.
Brady.
Who's called Tommy?
Tom Brady.
Tommy?
Tom Brady's coming.
I heard he's coming next year, and he's getting a lot of money. That's insane.
More money than he made in the league.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's just roll along then. Let's go right into the Super Bowl then. Super Bowl Sunday. Who we got? Eagles, Chiefs, Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. Who we got?
Paige,
I'll go last.
Oh,
No,
Paige
I'll
go
go
last. Okay. I'll go first. I am going strictly off of the leaked script that I saw on Twitter.
Love it.
Saw the picture. Someone leaked it. Dirty computer monitor. They need to clean that up. Philadelphia Eagles 37 to the Chiefs 34. Jalen Hurts is going to have an amazing game. He's going to throw for 3. And then the final play will be, I don't even know who their kicker is. Doesn't matter. He'll kick it in with 2 seconds left. And that'll be the end of the game. And Pat Mahomes will be devastated, and Travis Kelce will be traded next season. Those are my strong predictions.
Whoa.
Yeah, Travis Kelce.
Where will he be traded?
He will be traded to the no, not the Vikings. He'll be traded to the Jets because he wants to play in New York, and they will get a few picks and whoever their tight end is just to fill them.
Bring it back to Cleveland.
Oh my God. No.
Grew up here.
He's not going there after the mayor incident. So.
Hey, that was Cincy. Right. Different. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, those are my strong predictions. Eagles 37-34. I do think they'll win anyway, just because I think they're a more overall they're a better team. I think Pat Mahomes has that X factor, but the Eagles defense is better than the Chiefs in my opinion. They have their running game more than the Chiefs, so I think they'll win.
It's a good thing Paige is going last because I'm the opposite of you. Okay. Chiefs are going to win this game. They're going to get healthy again. Everybody's going to be back. They had a bye week, and the Eagles haven't been challenged yet. They had a Brock Purdy-less 49ers team. They had a Giants team who shouldn't have been there in the first place. And they had a bye the first week as well. So they haven't been challenged yet, and Chiefs are going to win this game. I'm going a little less than you, 31-27, Chiefs.
Okay. Paige, you're the tiebreaker.
All right, Paige.
I think I'm with Justin on this one. I choose the Eagles. Just because, okay, well, funny story, then I'll get into it. I was on my way home. This is like an omen, I think. So I was on my way home, and I'm like driving, and I see like this dark thing in the air, like coming closer to like all the cars, and I was like, what is that? Like, so it gets closer. It's a eagle carrying its prey in its claws.
Whoa, was it a chief?
Right. Might have been. It was like going right through the road, and it dropped off its prey right in the ditch next to the road.
Whoa.
No way.
I'm not making this up. I was like, what the
First thought was, oh my God, the Eagles are winning the Super Bowl.
Yes, I was like, that's literally an omen.
What do you think the score?
I just messaged. I'm going to go 28-24. Eagles.
Okay.
I like that.
And I'm just kind of like over Patrick Mahomes. Just because of his voice.
It was his laugh, wasn't it? It was his laugh in that interview.
He is a funny guy. Just like If I saw him on the
He's
street, I'd be
so-
like, that guy is just like a Broadway dancer or something. I don't know. He's just so weird. He's so weird to watch move. And then his, like you said, his voice sounds like Kermit. He's just a strange guy.
Yeah.
Okay, does
Yeah.
anyone think it sounds less like Kermit now than it did at the beginning of his career?
His
Or is it
soul
just me?
sounds like I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's just so like
It's just
like,
bubbly. It's
like it's like
gurgly
in
all
a
the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to go
Like
back
clear out your
and listen. Yes. I think what happens is during the game he's like dying, and then afterwards when they interview him, he's just trying his best.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so me
I like that
the
laugh.
Eagles, and then, and then you have the Chiefs. Okay, what do we think? Over under is for the national anthem.
Oh my gosh. I haven't looked at this line yet. I don't know what it's set at.
I
Does
think
anyone
it's
know?
like 2 minutes and
I don't know.
15 seconds or something like that.
Over.
You think of it?
Over.
It's Rihanna. Wait, no,
No,
she's halftime
She's
show.
halftime show. Yeah.
The halftime show.
Yeah, she's halftime.
I don't know who it is.
I have no idea. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna go over
I'm
two.
saying under.
That lasts forever.
Absolutely over.
Probably. I think it'll be a good game.
Oh.
I hope it's a good game. I don't want to see a blowout or like a one touchdown game. I'd be upset. I would turn it off.
Yeah, I don't think that's good for ratings since the Rams Patriots one when they only had the one touchdown. So
That's true.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
We gotta follow the script.
Yep, you're right.
If it's like
37,
last
34.
year though, if it's like last year though, it'll be a good game.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
what. So that's what I said on the last podcast page was that it's going to be the same exact script, except instead of Joe Burrow not getting the touchdown at the end, Mahomes will.
You're willing to put money on that, Kotz?
Yeah, absolutely.
You probably will, actually. Yeah.
I probably will.
And so Chris Stapleton is singing the national anthem.
Oh, that'll be under 2 minutes.
Oh,
he's not
it might be under. It might be under.
He'll be playing the guitar too. Yeah, it'll be under. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. He might have that long intro though.
He's a man of the people. He knows no one wants to listen to. He knows no one wants to listen to that. Let's play some football. You guys excited for the halftime show?
Yes, I love Rihanna. I think she'll kill it.
Absolutely.
Maybe she'll release an album after too.
She does.
Not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie though. I got played by Twitter before they announced who it was. Twitter said that it was Taylor Swift. I'm like, that's a really good fit. I'm like, that's a really good fit.
I don't
You know,
think
you'll
she'll
get the. See, I don't know though because you have all the Swifties who would then come and watch the Super Bowl just for her.
That's
So-
true. They would really push that.
Like my cousin, I'm telling you, would watch the Super Bowl just because of that.
Probably. There's probably a ton of people.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But does
Wait, she's never done a halftime show before?
No,
Oh, interesting.
It's not like she needs the money. Like she doesn't. Need
I mean it wouldn't be about the money. I don't think. Just the
Feels like
accolade
it'd be about
of
the
being a
money.
Super Bowl halftime.
Yeah.
No, I think Rihanna would do great. I hope something is announced, whether it's an album or I know people have been saying she's gonna tour afterwards, which is cool and everything. But like, it's been six years since
Yeah,
her last music.
it's been a while.
6,
Yeah, I'd rather have an album than her go on tour.
Yeah. So,
And she just had a baby.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think she's going on tour for a while.
People are saying she's ready to announce them after the Super Bowl show. I'm sure it won't be like a ton of places, but like Madison Square Garden, a few other headlining.
Her announcement is she's going to Disney World.
Yeah. You think she'll bring out ASAP Rocky?
I don't know.
Who out of her
There's-
Eminem? Who else did she collab with? That Drake?
I think
No
Drake.
way.
Oh, I actually just saw she's like collabed with Drake the most, like 5 times.
Mm.
So why not run it back at the Super Bowl?
That'd be so fun. I think she'll bring out at least a few guests, and it'll be crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited.
That's wild. All right. Paige's first episode's in the books.
Let's go, Paige. Trying to get like a cheering thing to play whenever.
I know. We just need to get the soundboard.
Okay.
That's what we need.
I will
That's the
work
difference
on that.
maker.
I will work on that.
All right. Tune back next week to hear our Super Bowl reactions and where we're gonna lead into the off season. Quarterback carousel.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
See ya.
Oh.
All right.